Hi guys, hope you're all well. I've got a bit of a cold, been dragging on. My wife's really ill, with quite a severe cold, flu or something like that, but you know, been soldiering on. I've got a bit of an unboxing video here. My other project's coming along. The bruiser's painted and come up like really nice. I'll do another little video on that. I've got the decals through. I'm in the middle of another project. I caught an old car show car, and I'm building a scale Tamiya crawler from a long time ago as well, but I'm waiting for parts for that. And again, I've picked a car that's really hard to find parts for. When I think of it, they were everywhere on eBay, and you could get bits everywhere and all that. Model Sport, Wheel Spin Models, all the big shops. But when I think about it, that was like 10 years ago. And I kind of sort of lost time really, and I thought I could just go back and buy them. Then I realised, hang on, that was 10 years ago. Where's the time go? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, got an unboxing video. It's something I've been looking at for ages, but they've been so expensive, and they were kind of, how can we say, there's only the sort of chosen few who got them. You know, it wasn't on, I still don't think it's on general sale at the moment. Some of you have probably guessed what it is at the moment. But I managed to find a second-hand one. It looked good in the pictures, but I've not opened it yet. It's got a little bit of damage on it, but I don't think it's much. But it's a lot cheaper than buying a new one. So I think we'll see what we've got inside, shall we? I was hoping it would be like a box within a box, but the guys put bubble wrap on it. I'm sure a lot of you can see through this bubble wrap, and you'll know exactly what it is with the pictures. I've got my trusty knife. I've been having a lot of trouble myself sending stuff, and it's always arriving damaged. But don't seem so bad with couriers. The Royal Mail, I mean. Couriers are the worst. But well, I guess you can see through the bubble wrap. Well, I don't really need to unbox it. So I better wrap this video up now, shall I? No, I'm only joking. Let's have a look and see what we got in the box. It said to me that there's a broken part in a little pink bag, so I've got to be careful not to lose that. It said it's only been used a few times, so you know, we'll see. So, I'm hoping it comes with a remote and all the other little bits that go with it. Oh, I know bubble wrap's a good thing, but okay guys, there she is. A Snap-on limited edition 1920s sprint car. Now, it looks good in the pictures, doesn't it? Let's dig it out and see what we got. Box has seen better days, but I guess a lot of people just rip open a box and I'm not that careful. Now what have I got, the rear or the front? I believe this, what I've got here. Alright. Got a manual, that's always a good start. Oh, my throat's sore, I'll take a cup of tea. Okay. Oh, I've got some more paperwork. Oh, more paperwork. And I've got Oh, lots of little bundles. Hang on. Let's get all this out on the table. And I've got to look for a little pink bag. Right, there's one bit. Bubble wrap. A little more bumps. God, it comes with a charger as well. Well, I never knew that. Right, let's get some room on my table. Bubble wrap. Nothing in there. There's nothing in there. I've got a charger. Probably my remote. Oh, it looks like a battery as well. Well, that's not a bad deal, is it? So, oh, I can see a pink bag in here. More bubble wrap. This is when you have to be careful. I don't want to scratch this car. It's more like a sort of model than a radio controlled car, but that's kind of right up my street. I've got kind of plans for this, but I don't know. You know, like, I'm not really electric guy, am I? I'm just wondering. There's a nice little twin cylinder going here. Ah, there's a little broken bit. And you see that little silver bit in there? That's the broken bit, and I believe that's the only damage on it. So, you know I'm not fussy. So, I'm sure that's going to be fine. Okay, let's try and roll it out of this bubble wrap. I'll tell you what, I'm going to be okay for bubble wrap for a while. God, I must have took ages. Oh, get in there, we're getting there. I don't want to break anything off it. There we go. That must be it now. No, we've got more bubble wrap. Good. Well, I guess I can't complain, can I? Like being a kid at Christmas. Oh, I don't know whether that's supposed to be bent back like that. I don't know. Hope it's not me trying to get out of it. Oh, she's looking in pristine condition, really. I reckon that might have been over on there. I'll have to have a look at another one and see if it's upright or if it's laying down. Well, that's a beautiful finish. And there she is, ta-da! A bubble wrap kid. Well, that looks very nice, doesn't it? So this little part is broken off. It goes on top of this. It goes on this fuel. And I've got some of that EMA. It's not a glue. It's a kind of very thin. Looks like water, really, but it will just. If I just hold a little chrome bit on there and just put a little thin, it's so thin it wicks in and it glues it instantly. It's fantastic stuff. It's called EMA. I'm not sure. No, I think that is supposed to be like that. Oh, where am I? That's supposed to be like that. And there's a little sticker in there that shows a little like a water temperature gauge. Oh, can you see it? Let's have a look. But the sticker looks like it's damaged or something. Where are you gone again? And there's a little bit of chrome. You can see that white there? But I have got myself a brilliant chrome pen. I don't know if anyone's seen them on eBay. They are fantastic. I mean, you just put a little blob on and it just works wonders, you know. Look at the two carburetors coming out the side there. You know, it's kind of like, it's crying out for an engine really, and that, you know, smoke and mirrors. But got beautiful tyres on there. And I believe this has got a gyro. You know, the Traxxas call it something else, but I've been using like helicopter gyros for years. They're lovely, you know, they transform the car. If you've got a car that won't want to go straight or it's all over the place, whatever. One is to have a decent radio so you can put expo on it, dual rates, all that kind of stuff. You know, I remember I used to go out with guys and they say, why have you got a radio with all that, you know, all them switches and all the digital screen and all that, and all them guys now, a lot of the younger ones have started racing and they all realise that half of the performance of the car you can adjust from your transmitter, and you can actually fine tune the car. You know, as long as you've got your basics set up right, you can fine tune the car from your transmitter. And the only problem with these transmitters, apart from being a steering wheel, which I hate, yeah, it's got a multi-function trim on there. And I think that's for the gain of the gyro, up or down, which is probably going to help out a lot on this car because it's got such skinny little tyres. But yeah, it's a standard kind of radio. I'm probably going to change it, put like a little drift gyro in it or something like that, because, you know, steer away. What's that all about? Anyway, now let's have a look at what else we've got here. I think you can run this on a 3-cell, but I wouldn't. You know, there's guys out there on YouTube, and they're, you know, putting paddle tyres on them and they're doing wheelies and they're running on 3S and all that kind of thing. But I don't think you really need to do that, do you? It's you know, it's a scale car and it should go at scale speed. And I think it'd do 30 miles an hour just on a 2S LiPo. This is all the comfort about the charger. Not a bad charger actually. What we've got here, I don't even know how to get the body off yet. It's just Snapon. I wonder if you can get any parts for this, you know. Oh, you've got a, that's nice, explosive view. That's your go-to place when you want bits. I guess a lot of it is compatible with most other Traxxas stuff. I've not done a search and look for any bits yet, so, you know. So, we've got that, we've got, you know, the usual gump. What else have I got? Traxxas warranty, is it? Yeah. And we've got, obviously, this we're showing it all off. Oh, this is the proper manual, so, it's the usual. Ain't changed for years. Right. Let's have another look at the car. Now, what I like about this, they've got the most wonderful suspension. You know why? These are rotary dampers. Now, I've seen a guy on YouTube take these apart, and they actually are a work of art. They're, you know, I mean, a lot of cars years ago had sort of rotary dampers like that. I mean, I'll show my age. I used to have a Morris Marina GT Coupe or something, or TC Coupe, with an MGB engine in it. And that had rotary dampers like this. That's how old I am. And they they weren't very good, and I changed them, and I think I put a coilover shocks on it or something like that, and it made it so rigid, but it handled nice. This is absolutely stunning. The suspension is beautiful, and I believe the back, you don't want to drop this, do you? The back has got two, because all the weight is in the back, so you've got a rotary damper there, and you've got another one in there. I guess these were the little oilers I used back in the day. It's got a differential in the back, it's only a two-wheel drive. I believe these come off, and it'll leave you like a nut in the middle. Yeah, so these are like just for show, and in there you've probably got a 3mm nut. I know this part comes off, the wheels sort of come apart. Put that on there before I lose it. I mean, the guy was right. It hasn't. The only thing that's broken is that fuel cap, which is no big deal, is it? The thing I'm not keen about on this, which I've seen all the way along, is this servo saver. It looks kind of right out of place, doesn't it? Why couldn't it have just been black? I don't know. Or just painted an alley colour or something. I don't know. But yeah. Now I'm going to attempt to try and get this body off. I have no idea how it comes off. I guess I should have done my homework. Is it this part here? They look like something to do with the inside. Oh no, so you just pull them over. Ah, that's nice. It's Lexian. I thought it was hard plastic. It's a Lexian body. That's beautiful. You can see, I doubt if that's ever been off. Well, obviously it's been off the car, got the batteries in, but you know, if anyone can tell me where I can get a nice driver figure for this, you know, like the old guy in the white overalls with the white sort of court crash helmets they used to have, and maybe a scarf, you know. Got a dashboard in there. That's gorgeous, isn't it? There's a lot of room. I don't quite know. I think it's temp scale. It looks about an 8, to be honest. And yes, something very odd. You've probably seen this before. I have never ever seen anything like this in my life. Why they did it this way, don't know. Maybe it was to get a scale body on, but to be honest with you, you could have had the motor where that is there, and you could have kind of put all the radio back in there, and you could have had the motor conventionally laying down. Maybe because it's quite thin, and the chassis width might have been very awkward to get it in. But I'm open to all ideas, you know. I mean, you know, hats off to Traxxas for making such a wonderful looking car, and not, you know, what can I say? I'm not a basher. I'm not keen on Traxxas, you know, 8S or whatever, and take them to the moon and back, all that. You know, to me, having a nice car and just smashing it up is not my cup of tea, to be honest with you. But look at the condition of it. It's just such wonderful. And this is kind of your little radio box. Got a 2075 servo in there. Got a nice 2S controller, but I believe people run him on 3S. Traxxas are still sticking with their plugs. I think they're slightly different. It's just a pain when you want to charge the thing up, getting, you know, you have to use air connectors. Now, I guess this is where the battery goes. I've got another little clip. Let's see if I can get this out. It looks like it hinges. Right, so you can see what way the battery goes down. So it goes long ways. You can get any battery in there. It's got a lot of room. See, that probably was part of why they put the engine or electric motor right at the back like that, because if you had it at the front there, it might have been difficult. But do you think you could put a little twin cylinder engine in there with the exhaust running down the side like it is? You could make a copy of one of them out of aluminium. So that, yeah, you probably could do that. It's quite a solid chassis. It's not metal, but it's a really nice, strong, thick. It's like 6mm thick. And I should imagine that's quite solid. So you could put something up the front there, and you could run a prop shaft down. You could take all this out. What I like as well about this, if you look in there at the prop shaft, can you see? It actually slides up and down. So it's, you know, it's not independent. It's a solid rear axle, but you can see that it's linked up to that. We've got springs on here as well. I think they're only fake springs. I don't know. This reminds me of my old. This reminds me of my old Trump Bell. Again, showing my age. The Trump Bell used to have springs like that. And it used to go from one side to the other, and the wheels had a habit of like tucking under when you went around corners. And like being 17 years old, I was always chucking it around, and it was probably one of the most evil handling cars you could ever get on the road. But back to here, this is, you know, they're saying those springs don't do anything, but I don't know if they're plastic. No, I think they're just for show. So these have got like these rotary dampers, which are absolutely a work of art, have got a coil spring on them. You can see that. I'd imagine you probably get different strengths of those. I've seen guys taking these apart. Quite tricky, but look, you can get them apart, and you can change the viscosity of the oil in the dampers. So a lot of people go lighter on the dampers. I think that's kind of pretty close. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Maybe the front ones are a little bit heavier. I don't know. But you've got your beam axle like that, like all the old race cars used to have. You know, the tyres don't look like they've actually done anything. But really, it's a brand new kit. I'm really happy with it. Am I going to cut it up and put an engine in it? What do you think? Do you think it would be better if it had like a 1920s engine in there? You know, like back in the day, I know I've said that a few times, back in the day, they used to put Spitfire engines in these sort of things, and like radial engines and God knows what else, you know. But I believe this is based on a real Snap-on, they call it a socket wrench special, and I believe it was based on a real car from the 1920s, but it's just a beautiful thing. These are a bit of a shame, they're plastic, but at least they're not that, you know, really shiny plastic. Obviously, brush motor. I know guys are putting brushless in them and all that kind of thing. Do we really need that? Let's just put my camera down a bit. You can see all my paint's in the background. That's from doing a bruiser. God, that was a... They are mega, you know, they're nice to work on and that, but when you're restoring the paint, it just take a long while. And the paint nowadays, you know, it's like £20 a can, you know, not like it used to be. But yeah, going back to this, let's see what battery comes with it. I'm not sure what it is. Again, we've got lots of bubble wrap. Out with my knife. But you know, this, I've been buying, we've not been sort of boating, it's not the winter over here, and you know, I do a lot of boats, and I said I was going to go out in the winter, but you know, when you're tucked up in bed on a Saturday morning, you think, oh, maybe not. I can't wait till the summer to get back out of my boats, but in the meantime, I've been selling quite a lot of models on eBay and Facebook and stuff like that, and I'm kind of, how can I put it, I'm getting into this thing, because what happens for me, I restore something and I sometimes don't even run it, and I put it on the shelf, put all my heart and soul into it, build the best model I can, and then it just goes on the shelf and I get bored of it. And people offer me money and it goes, but now I found I can put them on eBay or Facebook and I can earn quite a lot of money, because I do, you know, I'm not being big-headed on that, but because I try and do the best I can, the best job ever. When I restore something, I try and make it new, you know, like this. And I've been selling a few cars on eBay. I sold a guitar yesterday. I've sold a few guitars. Sort of stuff I don't use, you know. It's like the Bruiser. You know, it's a lovely thing. I've driven up and down the road, but I've got to put the decals on, and I might put that up for sale, because my enjoyment really is kind of restoring the cars and making them look like new, and trying to make them better than new by putting lights in them. I do keep the original servos if I can, but with the Bruiser, because it's got such big wheels and that, I've had to update the steering servo, you know, put a stronger one in, and the same for the gear change. And if you saw in my last video, again, you need a good transmitter for that. But the trouble is, it was like my Red Bull I sold to someone, my Red Bull RB7. The guy was trying to run it on, you know, a 2-channel radio. And it had electric start and all that. You needed at least 4 channels, and it had a gyro on it and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, if you guys are getting into this hobby, you know, I would get the best transmitter you can. I know they all come with stuff like this, you know, which is not my cup of tea, but get the best radio you can, you know, like a Futaba 4GS, I think it is. You know, you've got a 4-channel radio there, and kind of it's enough so you can adjust your gyro on it and stuff like that. And it's got Expo on it. You can change the amount of steering, you can change how fast the steering is, and all those little things. With a basic 2-channel radio, you're stuck. If the car's got some sort of problem, and you know, I think these have got, because of little skinny wheels, they tend to pull over one side a little bit, you know. But that's probably why it's got a stability control or gyro, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, if you can afford a decent radio, go for it. Don't go with a cheap radio. And I can't use steer wheel, so I'm going to have to change that anyway. But yeah, what was I doing? Oh yeah, back at the battery. So we've got 3000 milliamp. That's okay. 2-cell. I've got loads of those. Not with the connectors on those. I bet that's not in storage mode either, but you know, it's all brand new, absolutely brand new. Guy said he ran it once, I think, or twice, but it must be a bit scary. I think they handle quite well, to be honest with you. Of course, I've been watching videos and all that kind of stuff, and how they run and whatever, you know, and they look like they go quite well. So for now, the next thing I want to do is I've got to find a driver for it, the right scale. I've seen people put all sorts of things in it, but you know, I want a proper driver in there, because that will finish the model off beautiful, you know. And I'm going to have a go at gluing that back up in a minute, but I just thought I'd show you guys something a little bit different. Absolutely lovely car. Will it come on the market? Will Traxxas release them to model shops? I don't know. I mean, when they come out, I think you was looking at like £900 if you could get one. and sort of like Traxxas made them only available to Snap-on dealers and all that kind of thing. I think they've done it before with a few Snap-on cars, and I can remember years ago with I think Schumacher did it. I don't know what that was for. They made like that big 8, horrible thing, sort of Super 8. It was on a Lotus car with just horrible thing that I don't think ever run. I've got one in my loft, but it's such a horrible thing. I can't bring myself to restore it. But some people like them. It's got like plastic tyres on, and oh, it's gross. But this is a proper radio control car, and it's a beautiful thing. I have seen a few for like £650 on eBay, brand new. So their price is coming down a bit. And obviously, you're always going to get the people that have paid top money for them, and they want top money back for it as well. But I paid £400 for this, which I think is an absolute bargain. I've not seen one as cheap as that before. The guy was fantastic to deal with. You know, he's got it to me within 2 days. Nice bloke. Harry, if you're watching, thanks very much. And I think I better wrap this one up now, because I think I'm losing my voice a little bit. I've got a load more stuff coming up, guys. I've got, like I said, so many things on the go. I've kind of made myself extra busy because I suffer a little bit with the old winter blues, you know, and I get a bit depressed. But if I get loads and loads of stuff to do, it just keeps me going. And I enjoy this hobby so much, especially restoring inside and finding new stuff, you know, it never gets old. So I'm going to sign out now. I've got to wade through about 2 tons of bubble wrap. Yeah, so I'm going to get rid of the bubble wrap. I've got to try and make a bit of room in my garage. I've got so much here. I've got a 5th scale car as well now. I've got to do a video on that. I just swapped it for something. It needs a little bit of work, but it's so noisy. You know, where can you take them? But there you go. So guys, I'll wrap this one up now. This is a wonderful thing. If you ever get a chance to get one and you like your scale cars, go for it. You know, they do drive well. I've watched videos. They drive well. You know, not super fast, but fast enough for what you want. So I'm going to sign out now, guys. Hopefully, I'm going to feel a bit better in a couple of days, and I'll do a bit more, and I'll bring another video out of the Bruiser and another little car I'm sort of renovating from the little IC car I'm renovating from the 1980s. So with that, guys, I'll sign out, and I'll see you in the next one.